Hello, welcome back to my channel, and it's by Mandy. My name is Amanda, and today I have a process vlog for you all. If you've been watching my channel, you'll know that I've been on a dress saga this summer trying to make the perfect summer dress. I was recently working on the Milady's dress by Vert Knit, and while I have finally figured out, I think, this pattern, it's going to take me a long time until I finish it. In the meantime, I still wanted a dress for this summer, even though we're really kind of cutting it up close to the wire here. And I decided that I wanted to try knitting basically the opposite of the Milady's dress, which is a dress made 3mm needles and fingering weight yarn, and make a dress on 5mm needles on bulky weight yarn. I'm using the suggested yarn, which is Sandesgarn tyyk line, which is the bulky version of their line yarn, and I've used that before to make the Ingrid top, and I really enjoy that yarn. I chose the color Shocking Pink, and I'm really excited about it. It's very Barbie core, it's very Barbie pink, and I think it'll just be a really fun summer object. So the dress is constructed with 3 or 4 triangles that you connect all together to make the top portion, and then there are a few increases for the hips, and then you just knit straight down based on my initial scan of the pattern. I'm going to do a few modifications to this pattern to make it something that is just a little closer to my vision and my style and how I want it to fit. Since it is a dress, I am expecting a lot of growth due to the weight of the garment, just weighing it down. And I wasn't sure that I wanted to do the spaghetti straps that are featured in the garment. I've already started a few of the cups, which I just pulled my knitting cord out. It's looking very small so far, but my gauge is correct, so we're just gonna have to see what happens. It doesn't take too long to make these, and it does look a little different. It's a little shorter than what the pattern would be at this point because I started a few rows down, because instead of doing an I-cord strap that's suggested in the pattern, I wanted to make more of a wide strap that kind of has it more just like a V-neck than like a triangle top with spaghetti straps. That is going to be my first modification. The second modification that I want to do is add in some waist shaping. So my waist is smaller than my bust and my hips, and because of the kind of just drape of the dress, I want to give it a little bit more shape. And I've seen someone on Ravelry do waist decreases. They said they did one at one point in the center back and then at the 2 sides. So I think I might do that once I have everything joined for the bust and have the, the top past the widest part of my bust. I'm gonna start doing waist decreases and then increase again for the hips, and then kind of knit straight down from there. Those are the 2 modifications that I'm planning. I love this yarn. It is so soft. It is a cotton linen viscose blend, and I'm just very excited to finally have a dress on the needles that I think I can finish in a reasonable time. So stay tuned for the rest of this vlog where I document my process. I'll probably check back in once I have all my triangles done and I'm ready to join the front. Once I join everything in the round, I think I'm going to do the straps and kind of reevaluate from there and see how it goes. This is a provisional cast on top, and then obviously I have the stitches on hold getting ready for the rest of the triangles. So I will see y'all then. Good morning. I'm here with a dress update. Ooh, I tried a new sweetener in my coffee, and it's the Silk Oat Latte Creamer. It's very good. It's not too sweet. I would recommend it. So I have a bit of a mess right here, but let me show you. Oh, wow! job, Amanda! I made all 4 cups for each side, and I followed the pattern instructions to join everything in the round, and this is where I am so far. So this is what one front will look like, and then I have the 2 triangles back here. So that's kind of, I know, it's like cords galore, the idea. So the one thing that I wanted to try differently in this pattern was, instead of doing I-cord straps, I wanted to try to do just a thicker knit strap that incorporates the I-cord edging that is on the sides of, you know, the cups. Not my best work. The good thing is this could be the back. I'm having issues with my knitting cords and the provisional stitches slipping on and off. So that's been a little tricky and just a little messy. I think if I were to do this over, I wouldn't have utilized the barber cords. I would have put them on just like stitch holders or just waste yarn and like tied off everyone separately, because if I didn't, like, it just kept slipping out, which was very frustrating. I guess what my idea is to start knitting these straps to a length that looks comfortable, and I'll knit one side and then I'll pick up and knit the other and then Kitchener stitch at the top. One thing I'm not sure, like construction wise, if it will make a difference if I just knit the whole strap and then Kitchener the live stitches on the strap to the stitches that are being held back here. I do actually think that might be better. Instead of the join being up here, it's at least in the front or in the back. So I might play around with that and see what it looks like. I'm gonna go to start making them quite short, and it'll probably end up having the neckline higher than I'd like it, but this is definitely gonna grow. I actually think I'm going to film another video today, and then I will maybe have some time later tonight to work on the dress. First of all, got a tripod, which means I'm now going to be a menace to society. Not really, it just makes filming a lot easier. All right, here is my dress update as of yesterday. We got to add bonus dress content. We got to add a new ball of yarn. So I've used fully 1 right now, which is cool, but 13 more to go. It's looking cute. It actually looks really cute when I put it on. I'm feeling really happy about it. I looked at my measurements that I took a while ago for the other dress I was making, and there's about like a 3 to 4 inch difference between my bust and my waist. So once I tried it on and made sure that it was past like the widest part of my bust, I determined I need to decrease 12 stitches. That's what's fun about working with a yarn this thick, is you just need to decrease 12 stitches in order to make it, in order to get, you know, to the width you want it. Already did 1 round. I'm thinking I'm gonna just like try this on and then maybe see where I need to do it next. I was thinking about doing math to figure out where it should hit, but I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna go from vibe. I did not put a lifeline in like I said I was going to, but overall I'm really happy so far and very excited. In this color, are you kidding me? I'm so excited about this. So I'm actually going to the thrift store today. For DMV girlies, my favorite thrift store that I found in the DMV area it's called Be Thrifty in Annandale. They always have very good stuff. And there's also an H Mart in the same plaza and also a food hall. And the next door, there's also a Goodwill, but the Goodwill is not as good as Be Thrifty. But you can do a lot of damage in just one suburban plaza. I'm pretty sure it's metro bus accessible if you metro out to Virginia. I'm driving. You can take public transport if you want to. With that, I will maybe share if I have anything fun from thrifting. I'm not sure if I will, but yeah, maybe I'll find some fun things. If not, you'll see me next time with the dress. It's the next day. Here is my little thrift haul, a project update, and my plan for today. So, went to Be Thrifty Annandale. You have to go there if you live in the DMV, like best thrift store. Okay, so I got very simple Old Navy ribbed cotton dress. Easy, done. Another thing I've been looking for like 3 summers now has been a sleeveless white button-down shirt. Honestly, I think because like my mom and my aunts wore these style shirts in the 90s, and it just feels like very nostalgic and also kind of hot mom in a way that I like to try to emulate in my style. I got this really fun 100% cotton button down for autumn. I really like these colors. How fun. I was in between this and like a paisley and Klein button down, but I didn't like how the Anne Klein one fit, so bummer. And then at the end of this rack, I saw this striped loft cotton tank top. My only issue is I hate when things like have this like gathered hem, like that drives me absolutely insane. But I think I can either tuck it in or fold it up, and I thought I could bring this to Italy. It's a little like nautical girl moment, a little preppy, which isn't really my style, but like sometimes I like to take a little nod to preppiness without jumping full in. And the last one is like Carmela Soprano Core. I thought this would be fun for Italy. I'm kind of regretting this one because I feel like, okay, how often will I wear this? But I think it's kind of fun. Like again, it's one of those things that like, I swear my aunt probably had a top like this in the 90s or the early 2000s. So those were the clothes. I also got this giant dish that says pasta to serve pasta in. And the brand is Cook's Club. I need to look up like how expensive this would be IRL, but I could not pass this up. This is iconic. I will have this for the rest of my life to serve pasta in. Were also kind of popular back in the day. And my mom still has this dish where it's like white ceramic and it says like, it has the recipe for lasagna in it and that kind of like fun, jaunty 90s script. And I envy that. And so this is my nod to that. And like, I feel like my grandma also served pasta in these like really like shallow, wide dishes, and I just love it. It says pasta and it's my favorite thing to cook. Okay, last thing is knitting related, and I had the tag on these, but they were like $3. They're 4mm DPNs, and I was like, sure, bet, I'll just buy them. Took the tag off. They're Addy. I was actually very excited about that because most of the needles I find at thrift stores are straight needles, and I actually have a bunch of straight needles because that's what I used when I was a beginner. But these are very nice bamboo 4mm DPNs. I don't have a lot of DPNs in my arsenal. I do have a shorty set, which I love, that I recently bought. I've gotten a lot of use out of that, but this, for $2, $3, I don't think I could pass these up. So that's my rapid fire thrift haul. Hello, dress. I was like, I'm kind of sweaty. I'm not going to try it on right now, but I will just try it on for y'all. Let me get a barber cord. This is where we are looking so far for the dress. We are at basically like the smallest point of my waist right now, and I'm gonna knit maybe a few more rounds and then just start doing a few increases to my hips. Look into the difference between my bust and my hips, and then kind of take into account the amount of increases that sari suggests in the pattern. So overall, I'm still very happy with it. I like the look of it. I am worried that this is gonna stretch out a lot and it's gonna hang. I'm taking this out with me today, but I'm going to try to make sure I'm hanging it when I'm not wearing it, just to let the fabric stretch, because it's going to do that already. The plan for today is I am going to meet my boyfriend for lunch. It's about like 10 o'clock right now. I'm going to meet him for lunch in DC, and then I am going to go to my favorite museum, which is the National Gallery of Art, hang around, maybe knit a little, maybe go to the sculpture garden, depending on how hot it is. And then my friends got tickets to the advanced screening of Red, White, and Royal Blue. So I'm gonna go meet them there like this evening. So I'm just gonna like go down for lunch and kind of spend the whole afternoon downtown. Might do a little biking on the mall. We'll see. I did not address this yet in the vlog, but I am basically kind of just like doing whatever I want this week because last week I got laid off from my job. I made an announcement about it on Instagram. My position was eliminated, which was very unfortunate. Then my employer reached out and there is another position that opened up on a different team. So I'm gonna take that for now. And I think that's like the last I'll give of my career updates until anything else majorly changes. Yeah, so at first I thought I didn't have a job, but now I do have a job. But with that entire roller coaster last week, I was like, y'all need to give me a week. And so that's what I'm doing this week. Just knitting, having fun, spending time in the city, and with the surrounding areas. So, yep, that is the progress so far, and I will check in with y'all later. Hello, I'm here with a try-on update. I made a lot of progress on the dress. It's come along very quickly, and I'll just show you what I did so far. So I did some decreases for my waist, about, I don't know how many inches that is, but to where the smallest part of my waist is, and then I started increasing again from there. The pattern doesn't have waist decreases in it, so if you're following the pattern, what I would do is I would just try it on, make sure that you knit to where the widest part of your bust is. Once you get there, you can start decreasing for your waist. And I just tried it on as I went to get the best sense of what it'll look like on my body. And right now we're coming about to the widest part of my hip. I think I might just do one more round of increases so it's not super tight around my butt. But overall, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. It doesn't look like it's going to be like a sack, which isn't what I wanted. I wanted to have a little shape, especially up top. But it also doesn't look like it's clinging too tightly. So it's fitting well, and that's it so far. I am just plugging away. I think I maybe have 4 or 5 balls of yarn in here. It says it calls for like 14. I'm not sure if I'll use all 14, but I guess I have probably twice the amount, if not a little bit longer to go, since we're not even kind of in dress territory right now. We're just kind of like in a long top. Really wanted to film this update because I feel like I haven't been. The last time it was like right here, and this is maybe like 4 or 5 days, so very, very quick project, which feels really nice, to be honest. So there we go. So it is 8:45 on a Tuesday morning. I did that thing where I was like, I'm gonna work out, and then it's already 8:45. Where did the morning go? I have no idea. August is weird, and I just need to put that out there. I'm having the weirdest month. In the words of Taylor Swift, summer is a knife. The only thing that is going right is this dress. So let me show you what I have so far. I feel like it's coming along really quickly now. I mean, it's kind of been coming along quickly the entire way, but this is what I have. Like, crazy, right? And this is kind of the shape of the, you can see where the bust kind of comes out, and then the little waist shaping, and then where I started increasing here. And I tried it on, and it like fits over my butt and everything. I think it'll look nice in blocking. The one thing I've been thinking about is reinforcing the straps with elastic. I was literally just watching Jenny of Future Fiber, and she mentioned that about one of her tops, and I was like, I should definitely do that for the dress because this dress is going to be really heavy. Another thing I was worried about this dress was the weight. It is made with a bulky weight yarn, as you know, but I started to fold it up, and if we're talking about like the footprint that it has in a suitcase, that's not crazy. Like, it's not obviously the thinnest dress that could just pack up and you can go, but it's not as heavy as you would think, maybe. Like, it's heavy. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a bulky knit. It doesn't have that, like, the fluffiness, obviously, that a wool bulky sweater would have. So, and it's only on 5mm, like 5.5mm needles. It's not like a crazy gauge, you know what I mean? So far, so good. I am really happy with it. I am just feeling so funky. But it's just like, ew, that's disgusting. I got Dunkin' Donuts coffee because we didn't have coffee yesterday morning, so I walked to go get some, and Dunkin' Donuts coffee was on sale, and it's gross. Like, the grounds. Like, why would you buy this? I'll put some creamer in it. Maybe I just made it too weak. Yeah, it feels weird. All this job stuff has me feeling kind of unsettled. I think I'm gonna finish the dress this week, so that's exciting. And then I'm looking to plan things that I'll knit during Italy. And I think what I'll do, I'm either going to do, I think I'll probably cast on both of these projects before I leave. We'll see. Is one the Vacation Vest by Park Knit, or the Anchor's Tee by Petite Knit. I want something I can throw into a bag. I actually don't have any sweater quantities in stash right now, even if I wanted to start a fall sweater, which honestly I don't. Like, it is still summer. It is August. Like, yes, is it the weirdest month of the year? Yeah. Is the energy in August, like, horrible? Kind of, yeah. So that's just the check-in from the vlog and from the dress. If anyone's been feeling weird this month, you're not alone. And if you haven't, then good for you. I don't want to hear about it. Just kidding. Okay, see you soon. This is the progress so far. We were at a place where I can try it on without having to wear any shorts. Can't really do anything other than that, but so far so good. I'm feeling really happy with it. Only have 4 more balls of yarn after this, so this is my 9th ball, I think, or my 10th. It's my 10th ball of yarn, so that's pretty cool. We are approaching the end, which is crazy. In the pattern it says to start working the split hem about 7¼ inches before you want the dress to end, and we're almost there. It's actually now at a reasonable length of maybe what I would call not a mini dress, but it's not midi either. It's like a normal above the knee dress, but I definitely want it to go below the knee, have that like chic midi look that I think is just so nice, and I really like that on me as well. I put a place marker where I tried on, and I think it's around like 13 to 12 rounds to get 2 more inches, which is what I want to do, and then I'm gonna split. The dress is getting very thick, and there's no way around that. There might be, in the knitting community, a connotation that if things are like bulkier, that they like look not as nice. But in this case, I think it's gonna work. And let me explain my line of thinking, and also this is me trying to make me not feel worried about it being so bulky, straight up. I recently did a Rent the Runway order, and I actually, fun fact, used to work at the Rent the Runway in Georgetown for a summer in DC. Anyway, for my trip to Italy, got a little bag of clothes, and the difference between, you know, a lot of the labels on Rent the Runway, they're obviously, for me, they're labels that I wouldn't normally purchase from. Like a lot of the times I'm wearing dresses from like Old Navy. This is an Old Navy dress right now. It's very like thin, kind of flimsy, which is nice. It's good for summer. It's breathable. It's what my mom and I would call kicking around clothes. Like it's just comfortable, whatever. It's easy breezy. Compare that to like kind of a similarly silhouetted dress. I mean, this one's a little higher, like empire waist, but like a pretty similar idea, square neck with straps. The fabric's just much more substantial. It's thick. It's like, it's not like this, you know? It's like this. So my thinking is that sometimes in certain contexts, having something a little thicker might even feel like a little more luxe. This dress is going to be heavy though. That's the thing, because it is knit. Stay tuned. I definitely will probably check in after the season or at the end of the year, depending on how much wear I get this out of this, of how it's worn. But so far I'm really happy. The other thing that I cannot get out of my head is having like a multicolor striped knit dress. Jenna Phipps recently made one on her channel, and I just love the look of it. And I think it is a little trendy right now. I'm not sure how like classic of a look it is, but it's definitely noodling around my noggin. Maybe get something that I can do for like a top or a sweater. A dress I would have to like buy a lot of different color yarns, but that could be really fun. Maybe I'll make a DK weight one next summer. Because now I have like the basic idea. I've done it almost, and it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. So we're going for a luxe look. It's very luxe. It's what I'm calling it now. Split for the hem dolls. It would probably be helpful if I showed you the back and pulled this out. I did the split, so there it is in all her glory. This goes in the back and the center. It's just like the one. A split hem. Maybe it's a notched hem. Maybe that's the correct term. Because split hem, I think, kind of maybe something that like on the sides. Anyway, notch, split. There's a hole in my dress. And I'm about to do the bind off. It's an I-cord bind off, which I actually did for the first time on this sweater. So that might take a second, but I shouldn't technically have to do any more I-cords because it's built in to the way I knit the straps and like how the pattern works with each side. And it's also built into the notch as well. So you can see that there. Yeah, so that's really nice. I appreciate that. I like anytime when a pattern can, you know, save you a little work at the end of the project. What I'm going to do, I think the one thing that I am the most concerned about growing is the top. I don't know. I'm not sure what I should do. If I should preemptively shorten these or if I should just see what happens with blocking. I just know they're going to get worn, or I could just add elastic later. So I have a few options. I think what I'll do is I have to Kitchener these together when I leave in the ends. I think I'll just block it. I'll do a full wet block because I'm gonna have to wash this dress eventually, and we'll see from there. It's looking really cute so far. I'm really happy with it. It comes like right here, and I'm expecting to get a little more length through the blocking and wearing process. So I just have, I think, 2 more rows, 1 more row. I have to double check the pattern, but I'm very close to doing the bind off here. Other thing I wanted to mention just with the weight of this dress is while working the notched hem, this is the first time that I have felt the weight get a little tedious. So I've just been working with that. No really good solution. Some people suggested like putting it in a bowl, which could be helpful. I honestly don't think I have a bowl big enough for this. Yeah, I will say the weight is getting to me on these parts, but I really hadn't started feeling it probably until like the last this much. So not too bad. I'm at almost the very end of the bind off. This way is way quicker than doing an applied I-cord edge. I understand like an applied one has a different like use case or whatever, but so easy peasy. I was playing yarn chicken. I didn't tell you guys that. And I was here. Well, let me show you. I had this much yarn left, maybe a little more. Luckily, I wasn't actually playing real yarn chicken because I have more yarn. You don't necessarily want to join in new yarn during a bind off round. What I have been doing throughout the entire dress is just holding yarn double for a few stitches, and that's how I've been joining. So I just use like 4 stitches to join the yarn. I didn't think that would work here, so I decided to use the magic knot method because I know that's pretty secure. So all you do is you tie 2 magic knots, one around the old yarn and one around the new yarn, and then you pull and the knots kiss and they come together, and then I will just trim these ends and it should be fine. Ow. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're good here. It's done! Oh my god! I finally freaking did it. I freaking knit a freaking dress. It is done. I finally knit a dress. We did it. Here's my legs. Here's my legs. It's really hard to not be, oh, see, Sassy's really excited about it. Okay, this is obviously an insane shot, but this is the dress. Shut up. Shut up. It's really cute. I love it. I'm really happy. This is pre-blocking. What I'm going to do is take measurements of waist, hips, bust, and then see how everything grows in the blocking process. However, I'm kind of scared because I like how it looks now. So we'll see. I also think one thing we might need to do is add something to the armholes, maybe like another I-cord. Is that insane? Because this is already kind of low for me. It's just really cute though. It's pretty bra friendly. I wouldn't say like obviously my bra's hidden, but it's way better than the other straps would be. This is actually like really comfortable too. I was really worried about the weight, but it's feeling really good right now. Right, I will start blocking the dress and I will get back to you. I'm definitely gonna put a fan on this because this is gonna take forever to dry. Forever. Realized I forgot to take measurements. I guess I'll just take final measurements. I did it, y'all. It's done. It's dry. It's blocked. It's styled. It's on. It's slaying. I wore it on a work call today and someone was like, "Did you make that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." Except obviously the gravitas and grandness of this huge knit dress is not appreciated from the neck up. I'm very happy with it. I have to say I was nervous, as you could tell, throughout the whole process about how thick this fabric was going to be, and it is thick. It is thick for sure. I'm not denying that. However, it does feel really luxe and nice and hardy. I do think that weight is definitely going to pull this down over time. So I'm thinking of reinforcing the top with elastic. I'm just gonna kind of see how things grow and kind of go from there. Maybe that's not a good plan, but I just don't have any elastic on me to make any kind of modifications yet. If I do, I'll keep you updated in podcast episodes about it. I'm gonna go through and kind of do that for a lot of my knits, so maybe that's an upcoming video. Overall, I think that it drapes and flows really nicely. I'm really happy with the shaping that I worked into the pattern. I feel like it fits my body without clinging in a way that I wouldn't like, and it also doesn't hang like too amorphously from my body in a way that I don't think I would like either. One thing that I would note, if you have like any kind of sensory issues about things being on the back of your knees, I don't know, I'm sure some people do. The back corner, the split hem, it kind of flaps in the back. So it does give the skirt a little bit of like movement, which I find really lovely, but you might not like that. You don't like that feeling of things around your leg. So right now I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath this because I'm working today, had to be on some Zoom calls, and it's not that I really think it's like so scandalous, but I just feel like so naked when people can see my shoulders and it's just like from the here up. So anyway, wore a t-shirt underneath it. I pictured styling it this way either way, and I like that you can't really see that the t-shirt is underneath it at all. So I really appreciate that. I'll show you some footage of what it looks like without a t-shirt underneath it. It's just so flippin' cute. I think this will actually be a pretty good transitional piece. Here where I live, it stays warm longer. The falls can be tempered into October, sometimes maybe not November, but I could definitely layer this piece, I think, into the fall. Wear this with sneakers, maybe put a jean jacket or a button down over top, and it'd be really, flippin' cute. Definitely not a dress, I think, for the heat of summer, but it's not too heavy. Not too heavy. Anyway, I'm just really happy with this dress. I got to work on it through a very tumultuous time in my life. That's something I appreciate about knitting, that I'll be able to look back at this dress and be like, wow, I was going through a tough time while I was making that, but it's really pretty and it helped me out a lot and gave me something to work on and gave me something to focus on outside of like the other things that were going on in my life. I'm always just grateful that knitting can be there for me to do that. So overall, I'm extremely happy with this finished product. Stay tuned for future videos, maybe podcast or end of year wrap-ups, to see how this garment wears over time. Thank you to everyone who's been with me through this dress saga. I'm so glad we could at least close one chapter of it. Maybe next summer I will finally take on the milady's dress, but for now I'm so happy I have this one done. Thank you for making it this far in the video. We'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!